The shares of the rare earth firms, they've been falling this week. Prices are down since hitting new highs in July. J.P. Morgan last week downgrading the shares of the rare earth miner Molycorp. Now, the shares today down about 8%. Let's find out what's ahead for Molycorp and the rare earth metals market. We have Mark Smith. He is Molycorp's chief executive. Mark, thanks so much for coming in. Good to see you finally.
Absolutely.
We've talked before.
That's right. Talked by the phone.
For those that don't know what uses rare earth metals are designed for, explain a little bit about the supply chain and where rare earth metals really go.
Well, thanks for the opportunity to do that. And actually, it's probably easier to talk about what rare earths are not in as opposed to what they are in, because they're in literally everything that we touch every day. Every electronic instrument, your iPhones, your Blackberries, your iPads, your computer, your hybrid cars, your wind turbines, they all require these rare earth elements to be the most energy efficient electronic devices and green energy materials that one can find. So everywhere you look, our glasses would not be possible without the optical polishing powder that lanthanum provides. So they're ubiquitous in society, and they're very, very important in our society. Currently, China produces and sells about 95 to 97% of all of the rare earths in the world. Molycorp is responsible for the remaining percentage. We do produce those materials. We sell those materials in the market today. We have a fantastic project that we are on time and on budget for right now called Project Phoenix. We're fully funded in that project, and we plan to ramp our production up by over 4 times within about a year.
So just to step back and talk about the prices of rare earth metals, where does that price get set? Is it just supply and demand, or is it also based on what the Chinese government wants?
Well, it's a great question. I wish that it were all supply and demand, because if it were, prices would be very bullish and they would continue to go up. But there are 2 pricing indexes that are used in the world, and both of those indexes basically take in-country Chinese prices and apply formulas or spreadsheet approaches to figure out what those prices are. I think we've learned a valid lesson as of late that we deal in these products every day. We sell these products every day. Molycorp knows what prices we get for our materials, and they aren't necessarily reflected very well in these other indexes.
Do you believe that prices are being manipulated by Chinese producers?
Well, I don't know if they're being manipulated, but I do know one thing for sure, and that is that the Chinese producers, and I was just in Beijing 2 weeks ago, Chinese producers have been very clear about 2 things. They are going to continue to restrict the export of these materials to the rest of the world, and we can expect an irreversible trend, as they call it, for higher prices. Their costs to produce these materials, the taxes that are being imposed upon them, are increasing every day, and simply put, they have to have higher prices for these materials.
So what do you recommend? I know you've looked at this almost as a strategic issue for the United States, and
Correct.
you've testified before Congress. What are you looking for the U.S. government? What kind of role do you want them to play?
Well, we're not quite sure what role we want them to play, because that can be a two-edged sword. But certainly we want to make sure that the United States Congress, the White House, everybody in the government is aware of this situation. We want them to be aware of the fact that 100% of the rare earths used at the Department of Defense are purchased from China right now, that we have very few capabilities to take these rare earth products, convert them into end-use products in this country right now, and we need to use what we call a page out of the Chinese rare earth playbook. They have used their rare earth materials as a strategic platform to bring whole manufacturing sectors into China. What a wonderful way to treat the best resource in the world, called Mountain Pass, California. Let's use that as our center point to grow and bring whole manufacturing sectors back to America, creating jobs and making sure that we have the capabilities in the rare earth supply chain that we need.
To be able to sell all the production you've got? Last
Absolutely.
question.
Every single pound that we produce, we're selling, and we're selling it at the highest margins our company has ever seen in the 59 years of history that we've been around.
I want to thank you very much, Mark Smith, Chief Executive, Molycorp, giving us the inside look at rare earth metals.